Force the bots to dance the jig of doom and stave off boredom as we wait for the new content to drop on August 6th with this verified lethal loadout. The Punisher Plasma is not just for teams anymore. This approach emulates having a squad with you, enabling a satisfying combo when solo and becoming a mechanical terror on squad Helldives. I'll front load the loadout configuration and leave the tips to the end. For the primary, it's the Plasma Punisher, a cult favorite. With its unrivaled stagger force, you can darn near make a Scout Strider fall over with one shot. It excels in taking down clusters of troopers, but its true power comes in its ability to stun lock groups of Devastators with its generous explosive radius. You can even hit the heavy variety in the shield to keep them dancing. You don't deal a ton of damage to this enemy type, but it makes you a valuable teammate and sets you up for something real fun that we'll cover shortly. If solo, take the grenade pistol as your secondary in order to destroy fabricators without using a stratagem. If on a team, you can choose whatever you like. For the grenade slot, it's going to be really tough to go with anything other than stun as usual. With this loadout being rated for impossible solo, you're going to need some breathing room when those triple hulks show up. For support, I recommend the anti-material rifle, letting you clear out darn near everything the bots have in their arsenal. When in a team, ask a mate for a spare shield generator pack, jump pack, or supply pack when their cooldown expires. The reason I like the AMR even when solo is that given that both the primary and secondary are explosive, you can pull out your support weapon to break in half berserkers that get up in your face. Now for the first stratagem pick, get the Machine Gun Sentry. With its short cooldown and medium armor penetration, these turrets make short work of Devastators while you keep them locked using your primary. You can arrest an entire wave of enemies, dealing some damage while your little robot friend does the heavy lifting with its pinpoint accuracy. For a similar reason, get the Rocket Sentry next. The buff it got in the last patch makes for an incredible anti-bot weapons platform, one ever more potent when the Plasma Punisher is clicking pause on a bot assault wave. Round out your loadout with the Eagle Airstrike, a hard requirement to handle tanks, factory striders, and fabricators when they are conveniently built together in heavy outposts. I really like armor that grants explosion resistance here, as it lets you survive several hits from those Rocket Devastator D-bags and gunships. Tips for this loadout are coming up, but before we get there, would you consider dropping a like, a kind comment, or ideally a follow? It's not just to help me grow the channel, it's a little deeper than that. I have some demons I wrestle with, and one of the favorite activities that they have is to tell me that I'm wasting my time making this stuff, and I should just sleep the day away. Now, that's just a mental abstraction, I don't actually hear voices, but you get the point. It's the comments, the conversation, the community built around this channel that I show those malicious figments that they're wrong. No joke, I did that this morning. So if you wouldn't mind giving this neurotic mess an extended hand, I'd be grateful. Anywho, on to the tips. The core tenet of this loadout is to keep Devastators playing the floor is lava while your sentries do God's work. You don't have to do this every time you see one of those angry refrigerators show up, but when things get dicey, like when a dropship shows up at the worst possible time, this can clear things up for you. Resist putting both sentries at the same time, it's often overkill. Cover is often life when it comes to battling bots, but it's also a shield when using the Plasma Punisher. Finding small rocks that let you lob over rounds while blocking their line of fire tends to make most engagements one-sided, so keep a lookout for stones and such that come up to about waist high. When it comes to Factory Striders, use the AMR to take out the two Chin Guns. It should take about 4 rounds each. Your Airstrike or Rocket Sentry can deal with the turret on top. If it's still up after being stripped, lay into the belly of the beast where it's vulnerable. Those bay doors that drop newly minted killing machines. You'll confirm that you're hitting the right spot with your rifle when you see that wonderful red X. Coming to gunships, I'll make it a point to always try to hit the front right thruster when applicable. Why? When there are several in the air and I lose track of which I've damaged, it helps me consistently target the same area instead of starting over on a new thruster on accident. It's not always very convenient. Sometimes I end up hitting the left front because the other one is hidden by its fuselage, but again, I'll tend to always aim for the front right as a way to consistently bring these things down.